what's happening? But Campbell Adams is on pole here at the Italian Grand Prix in his returning race to full time here at Wallaby. He takes pole with a 17.4, 10 faster than his teammate Left for Dead. But there we go. There you have it. It is pole position for Campbell Adams. Just under half a tenth faster than his teammate. Oxchillo third. Fourth is Jono. Dante fifth. Wingy sixth. And Fat Cat seventh. Then we got JDI eighth. Ninth for Potato. 10th for ZK. 11th for Sammy. 12th for Flubber. 13th for Rio Harris. Then 14th Barn. 15th Cooper the Bot. 16th Hilly. Magic Shot. And off. Rounding out our grid. Not having our... Yeah. Not doing laps as they did retire early on and after leaving the session. How good. But it is a wet race. A very wet race by the looks of things. That will make things very, very spicy, as I don't think the drivers would have wanted to have to deal with these conditions, but it's what's going to happen, and it's going to set up for a spicy race here. And a very spicy 27 laps ahead of us. Just drive into each other. I don't think so. But we're about to get ready to go racing here, potentially for a championship deciding race. We said this last week at Singapore, and Jono has forced us to go one more race. Will he do the same again here at Monza? Will the championship decider will the championship be taken to Melbourne, the final race of the season next week? We'll find out at the end of these 27 laps. It looks like it's going to be running for a long time, so we might have a full wet race ahead of us. But we will see. These drivers are taking a sweet old time. Here we go. 5 red lights for round 15. Penultimate race here at Tier 1. And we are underway. It's a very slow and tentative start for everybody on the grid, but it's a good start there from Campbell Adams, and same with Left for Dead. Jono getting a brilliant start there. He's going to be wheel to wheel with Oxchillo on the run down to turn 1. Campbell into the lead then by quite some margin. Drivers going nice and careful into turn 1. Do not want to break a wing. Just nice and slow, nice and easy. Everyone's so tentative on the exit. There's a spin there from the Ferrari at the back. That's Cooper the Bot. But it's Campbell Adams. Great start there for the RB. He leads by 8/10 over his teammate. That's the perfect start for both RBs, as you see the Williams and Wingy Woo attacking Jono down the inside and up to 3rd place. That's a great move there from Wingy, and to the De La Rocha chicane. He had a brilliant start, and not the start Oxchillo would have wanted, losing both 2 places off the start. As Fat Cat up to 7th, then he's side by side with Dante, and he gets the move done into the Lesmos. So there we go. It's a crazy start here. And it's already 2 seconds out in front is Campbell Adams. On the wet tyres, by the way. Some drivers have opted for inters, so this is where we're going to get the tyres up. A lot of drivers opting for inters, but some drivers have decided to go on the wets. Very, very interesting. Because, who knows? It could be wet conditions, but it looks like it's working, because Left for Dead's under a bit of pressure here from Wingy Woo, and yeah, why inters? It is very wet out there, but sometimes the inters could be faster, and who who knows? Maybe it could be getting a little bit less wet here as the Haas JDI having a look down the inside of Oxchillo. Oxchillo trying to defend it. It's going to be the outside for JDI, who's sliding on the exit there. But those wet tyres are much better though. But Oxchillo's not having it. It's round the outside into Grande. And Ox holds on for the time being. Campbell leads now by 3 seconds as Oxchillo, I think that is going off the track, having to take to not the little escape road back onto the circuit, but he has cut the corner, so he's gone a bit deep there into De La Roggia. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so it's Left 4 Dead second for the time being. Wingy staying behind. Wingy currently in the best position he's ever been in Wallaby. Is down the inside, goes JDI on Oxchillo into Parabolica. Does he have the grip on the exit? Does he have the battery to burn? He's burnt quite a lot of it. Oxchillo has a little bit remaining, but does he want to try and stay ahead? I think he does. He's not going to burn, but he has better straight line speed. And meanwhile, the other Sauber, Fat Cat, is now going for it on both of them. He's down the inside of his teammate, touching wheels a little bit, is the two Sauber teammates. With me team will not want to see this at the moment, but now Fat Cat goes through ahead of Ox. It's a little bit nerve-wracking in the Sauber camp at the moment, I am sure. Both drivers in very good positions at the moment, but still plenty of time for things to change as we're only on lap 3 here of what is going to be a long 27 laps of wet racing. Will Left 4 Dead regret to choose to be on the inter tyres, or will it pay off for him later on as the Alpine of Oman has spun off in the back, and that is a virtual safety car. So I don't know if he's got wing damage or something like that, but he has lost his front wing, so it will be, what is that camera? But anyway, it will be a virtual safety car. So drivers will slow down to the Delta. And we'll hopefully get racing again as soon as Campbell's going to lead up to 6 seconds. Absolute domination so far. He has had a great start on those wet tyres. He's rocketing away at the moment, but these guys, it's the battle for second at the moment. Can the Arbies score a 1-2 finish tonight? And they can secure the Constructors in Tier 1, I believe, as they are already 40 points ahead, I think. No, not 7 seconds, only 6 seconds. When it gets a bit closer, then we can make those kind of jokes, okay? Oh, no! And that is going to be a big, big implication here on this race. That's a 10-second penalty for Jono for colliding with Wingy Woo. What has happened there? That is going to be a massive implication on his hopes to keep this championship alive. If it's fully wet for the end, drivers might not even make a pit stop. Or we might have one stop, but he's going to lose a lot of time because either he goes to the end and drops 10 seconds or who knows. I need to do the maths if Lefty finishes second and then what happens then. Because he still needs to outscore Jono by 20 points if he wants to win this championship now. But it can be done. We will see. Hello, Roshan. Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. As there we go. So Jono getting past Wiggy Woo right after Oh my goodness, is Fat Cat trying to have a look on the Mercedes? I think so, but he's hit Wingy maybe, or forced Wingy off the track. He's had to cut turn 1 and 2. But there we go. So Fat Cat is up into 4th place. He's now sniffing the back of that Mercedes. He's having a look towards the De La Rosa chicane we go. And it's Fat Cat up into the podium places now. So he's ahead of Jono. And Wingy's also lost the position. As big as terrorist? Ain't no way. The GOAT commentator? I don't even know who this is. But thank you very much. Actually, no. Hey, it's the screen freezers, trust. As we see Oxchillo getting past Wingy, so maybe the Inters are starting to become faster. Or is Wingy falling off a little bit here in this race? But at the moment, the Inters do look like they maybe are speeding up a little bit. It hasn't really slowed down. Go to net. Oh, look, it wasn't amazing, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. I'm waiting to be tier 3 next season. I got killed a couple times, and I got killed once, and I don't know if it was not killed, but got killed by the game, more so. Yeah, I lagged out on the last lap when I did a great double overtake into turn 1 to go into the points, and I had a chance to score even more points. So I was very unhappy. We lag out when it's just racing, and then I haven't lagged out of the lobby when we're streaming. So that's how it works, gang. But good news, an upgrade is coming. I think, I hope. There is an upgrade to the internet coming very soon, hopefully. So we might no longer have to worry about the lagging out. It'll just be the screen freezes until I get a new computer. But anyway, enough about me. It's time to get back into the action, as I don't even know who's season 10. No, I won't be tier 2. I'll be tier 3. Who's Drive to Survive? Because they're talking like I know, like I feel like I probably know who they are, but like I just don't know who he actually is. As there we go, it's Fat Cat on the outside of Left 4 Dead. He's trying to hang around and he gets the move done. Great move there from the Sauber. And Fat Cat up to 2nd. He's flying at the moment in this race. As Aban has left the session, he did retire. Oh, Shifty Wizard. That's who it is. Yeah, apologies. Like, cause like you were talking and like I knew who you were, and I was like, I have to know them. Like I have to know who it is, and then I was like, probably someone in tier 2 that I don't know. It's like catch Cam, possibly. He has got some very good pace right now, but is it possible to catch? It's 5 seconds, 5.5 seconds to catch. So we will wait and see what happens with that. As we have a yellow flag, I believe it's someone as that's off. As Flubber gets a penalty for exceeding track limits. Wingy's dropped all the way down. He's had to pit to the Inters, so the wets are not working out, and it looks like that is happening because Campbell's coming into the pits. So the Inters was definitely the right tyre choice to start on, as it is now getting less wet favourable conditions. What tyre favourable conditions? It's now Inters. So I'm sure that's what Campbell Adams is going on to now, and he will have to carve his way back through the field by the looks of things. Lefferdead doing a pretty good job to stick with Fat Cat in a way. He is absolutely flying out there at the moment. We'll keep watching Campbell Adams in this race too, to see if he can catch. As we see Oxchillo getting off the racing line to try and cool down these tyres just that little bit, cool the tyres, but also cool the engine. Sitting behind in the slipstream can cause engines to overheat, and I think that's what most of the drivers are doing, especially off at the moment. Drivers are struggling with engine overheating. They will most likely move off the racing line to try and avoid that slipstream too so close. No, you don't have to, but I think the guys who are on the wets have chosen the pit because the wets just don't seem to be the better tyre at the moment. Evidently, as Dante tries to go around the outside at Grande, but he goes off the track in the making of that. And Rio Harris, 10-second penalty for corner cutting. What on earth has happened there? Turn one possibly, but the wet tyres do not seem the favourable tyre to be on at the moment, as JDI is dropping further and further back from Oxchillo on those intermediate tyres. So, about to go on to lap 10 of this race. It is Fat Cat in the lead as it stands. And he will pick up, at this point in time, I think a third win of the season? Not too sure. As Campbell Adams and Rio Harris going at it into Ascari, as is not much of a fight that the Alpine can put up. However, he is definitely trying to burn to stick with the RB of Campbell Adams. But Campbell is defending it down the inside into Parabolica. Campbell Adams holds on and he's up into 10th place. That's, oh, big snap coming out of the final corner there. But he holds on as both drivers are out of battery. However, Rio's got a bit of slipstream then. He's going to get the run down all the way to turn number 1 and 2. Campbell's going to send it on the inside to try stay ahead. Rio Harris on the outside, which turns into the inside for turn 2. But he doesn't have the traction as there's contact between the two. Getting very argy-bargy between both Rio Harris and Campbell Adams. And Campbell goes ahead as there's, I think it's a contact again or a snap. But there you have it. Campbell Adams up into 10th place. Compton iRacing F4 quality. Very nice. You better have won. Whiff. I was expecting you to win every time. Yeah. Interesting choice, as got a nice little pack here, as JDI did end up getting overtaken by Dante and he lets his teammate by. So the wet tyres aren't looking too good at the moment. Pace is starting to fall off for JDI. But he's still refusing he doesn't want to pit. So interesting choice to stay out still, but maybe he just thinks that it will get more wet or track position. I don't know. So the gap's been about the same. Lefty and Fat Cat have been about on par with each other. They have been alternating fastest laps a couple times. The gap hasn't really changed. It's, however, now Lefford has gained a massive amount of time in that middle sector, as he's now back into the under second lane. There's no DRS, of course, in the wet, so he won't get the help of slipstream down and DRS down the nose straight, but he will get some slipstream if he gets close enough. and he can possibly make a move if he gets the chance. I'm interested to see warnings though at some point here. But at the moment, as it stands, the championship will go down to the final race. Lefford will gain 5 points as it stands. However, with the 10-second penalty that Jono has, he actually will drop behind what I don't know is required. Because if Lefty finishes second, it can change things quite drastically. I'm just trying to think how this will work here. Yeah, it does run a bit, but Campbell has gained 3 seconds in the last 2 or 3 laps, or whatever it was, on ZK, so he will have fresher tyres, definitely. And he did get the fastest lap just then, so he can catch ZK, and we'll see what happens from there as Sammy's now right on the back of JDR Mr. Thunder, down the inside into De La Roja chicane, and a bit of argy-bargy as there's contact as ZK hitting the back of the Haas. I don't think he got damage, but there was a risk of that for sure. And he's all good for now, though. The front wing of that Ferrari stays intact as Lefford is almost within striking range, very much so, of the Sauber of Fat Cat. Will he think about a move anytime soon, especially down the straight back? He's been saving his battery well though, and managing it. So I think Lefty will just choose to sit behind and not worry too much yet. Oxchillo now has the chance to go for a move as well, but he's going to sit behind. These two have been sitting with each other for the last few laps, Jono and Ox. Ox just chilling in the slipstream, nice and close, and I think he'll just go for it when he has a real chance to do so. Yeah, especially around here, Inters could get a little bit cooked. They might have liked the pit. I might have agree with that there. ZK getting past JDI, but a snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 1 and 2, or turn 2, sorry, has allowed the Haas to get back through, but ZK's not having any of it. He wants to try and get this move done as quick as he can. It's on the inside into De La Roja, but he backs out of it as JDI. It was very good on the defense into there, but he will stay ahead in 8th place. From Meatball, how are we going? Yep, it's going good. The Saubers are doing well at the moment. Bit of pressure though now. Fat Cat is under from our championship leader, as keeping him compromised, that's for sure. As there's still like 13. We are not. We're almost halfway through this race. I think we are now, actually. We are past half distance in this race. Yeah, they will have to pit at some point, I think, because the tyre wear is just too bad. So he will think about pitting soon, I think, and undercut could be very much possible here, as Campbell Adams now only 4 seconds away from ZK. So he is catching back up into within that top 10 and top plus positions. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen. He does have less battery as well. It's like, it's... Yeah. They probably won't have too bad wear then. If it's heavy, it's like enough just for the engines to be better than the wets. Some of the drivers started on the wets and they boxed fairly soon after. They were definitely faster at the start of the race, but now it's definitely Inters and Campbell really, and a few of the others realise that. Unfortunately has hurt their races, but there is still time to make up those positions. They got much fresher tyres, so they can catch back up. Now, I'm going to do some maths here, because with this 10-second penalty, I need to know how many points Lefty Jono needs to get. If Lefty finishes second, 28 points, he gains 8 points, 9 points is all Jono needs at this point in time, I believe. So, hang on, plus 28 minus 9. Yeah, that's all Jono needs. So, I gotta just check the point system. 9 points would be. I've got lots of pings everywhere. Oh, purple. P9. So at the moment, I think he is fine. Championship will be going to Australia, even with that 10-second penalty as it stands. But things can change very quickly. So we shall see. As Campbell Adams does get past the Ferrari of ZK. ZK not putting up too much of a fight. He knows that he is not really gonna contend, as he's given him a little bit of a whack there into the braking zone of turn number 1. But Campbell races off as he goes to chase down Sammy 4-7. Magic Shot just chilling in his own race at the moment, 16th, 21 seconds behind the next car. It is just nice and relaxing drive, I guess, for these two. Over the bot, off and hoof. 3.5 seconds behind the next car. Will score points though, so we'll see. As Lefferdead has dropped back a little bit from Fat Cat, and Jono has caught up big time. He has gained about 2-3 seconds on Lefferdead. As he's also raced away from Ox a little bit too. Because Dante is now within 8/10. So it's starting to, the pack for the lead is starting to tighten up a little bit. As Jono's picking up the pace, both Mercedes are doing that. Almost 10 laps to go in this race. Fat Cat leads, but as it stands, it's like 2 seconds, 3 and 7. So it will still be fine. However, 6th place is where Jono needs to be if Lefferdead wins this race. I think that is the right math. 6th place is where he needs to be to get this thing going to the final race. If he wants to level points going into the, if he finishes 6th and Lefferdead wins, then we go to the final race with Jono the possibility to tie only if Lefferdead DNFs, but mathematically it's not possible to win if Jono finishes 6th or higher. But anything can happen. 10 laps to go in this race. Fat Cat holding out in front, trying to cool those tyres a little bit, as they can overheat, especially those rear tyres. Fighting for the rear grips, sending it into the corners so fast, especially the Lesmos and Ascari. Those rear tyres can get a bit hot. along with the fronts as well, working to get the car turned in. There's this yellow flag. That's Cooper the Bot who spun, and that is a virtual safety car into the wall. No safety car, and I think that would be very much championship defying if there was a safety car. But maybe Jono can get it removed if he finishes this race. But if he pits, then that's a big problem. Trying to bring out softs. I don't think so, not yet. But he can possibly get the penalty removed. We'll just have to wait and see. That's all good. I know you didn't do it on purpose, Cooper. It's only a virtual. It's had a spin. Not your fault. This magic shot is also coming out of the pits then. So he's decided to pit for some fresh intermediates. As Cooper's going to be getting it lapped. Flubber gets a drive through. That's another penalty to add to the list of Flubber's penalties tonight. Yeah. Not fun if it's your first time in the wet, so I don't blame you. It is a tricky journey, but keep it up. Consistency will get you there, as it is definitely worth keeping it off. I think you're on controller from what I can remember, so that is going to be tricky, but it is something to learn. But there is a safety car, so I don't know what has happened. I don't know who's crashed or what, but this could possibly be championship defying. Because of this 10-second penalty for Jono, everyone's got to pit. Surely these guys, these top 9, top 10, all pit for fresh inters. That's just what's going to happen, surely. And that means Jono will have to serve the penalty and drop way down. This is where things get interesting. That is for sure, as Fat Cat leads, but surely they've got to come in and pit for some fresh intermediates. They've got to... essentially a free pit stop here. However, the Saubers have got a double stack. Ox has got to drop back a little bit if he wants to not be affected too much by this double stack. And I think he knows that. He's back up a little bit. But they're all coming in. Left Ed is in. Jono's in. Yep, they're all coming in. No speeding penalties, please, guys. But there we go. So race leader's in. Left Ed's in. Jono is in to serve the 10-second penalty. It's going to be a long 2 seconds. Oh, and they're double stacking at Mercedes. That is absolutely the worst case scenario for the team principal, Dante, who has to sit and wait in order to get out, as Jono still hasn't even come in, done his pit stop. He's now just come out of the pits, as Dante's come off way worse from that. And that is very unfortunate, as Jono's only dropped to 4th. So he's only dropped 1 position from that. So he is now free. Basically, he hasn't really lost anything. He's just lost a position. So Campbell's now in 7th. Dante down to 9th. Fat Cat has caught the safety car, and there is a Ferrari in the way of Left 4 Dead, unfortunately, who cannot get out of the way. Yeah. I'm sure Left 4 Dead will be wanting to get him out of the way as quick as he can. Off this, I mean, he'll ghost after the restart, but that could hinder him because once Cooper crosses that line, Lafferty can't overtake until he crosses the line, so he's going to lose out some time to Fat Cat on the restart. So 8 laps to go. Oh, 7 laps to go, sorry. The safety car will take some time because we do need to have Magic Shot catch up to the queue because he did not get lapped. So possible points here for Magic Shot, especially with Flubber's multiple penalties, 6 seconds to be precise, and Rio Harris's 10-second penalty. So points are on the cards in Tier 1 for Magic Shot. I don't know if he's actually ever scored points in Tier 1. So it is very possible. Very, very possible indeed. So I predict that we'll have 5 laps to go. I reckon the safety car will stay out for another 2 laps. Oh, maybe it'll be, I don't know if it'll be a next lap, because we've still got the whole lap pretty much to catch. So I reckon, I mean, I don't know, but it'll be a little bit. So I'll double check these points again to make sure I'm right. Because it is 9 points he needs, which is P10. P9, sorry, is 10 points. So, yeah. Alright, while we're at it, we might as well check in for Tier 2 next week. The last race of the season. Which starts on Sunday night. Tier 4 championship is wrapped up, but be there for 8:30. The championship decider season finale. We got Mini Jorgo taking on Dynasty Sparrow and Pinju as in a 3-way mathematical battle for the championship. So make sure to tune in on Sunday night. It should be a great end to this season 9 of Wallaby Racing League. It has been a big season in terms of results, numbers, everything, and we thank you all for being a part of this league. Make sure if you're in the Discord server to fill out the form that has been put in the announcements channel, as we would love to get your feedback from this season and what we can improve for the big season 10 of Wallaby, which will be, to answer your question, Lockie, I'm not sure yet, all will be revealed at the end of this season, but we are looking to get a season start either just after New Year's, I think it's a bit after New Year's. It'll be around early January, I think, or possibly some pre-season stuff in December before Christmas, but we are yet to find out on that. As safety car is coming in this lap, so the game has just said screw Magic Shot, who's decided to pit again, and yeah, he's decided, yeah, they just don't want him to catch up. So here we go. Fat Cat will lead us away as Cooper has dropped back. So, oh, he has pitted, so that's why. This is Monza. This is Monza. Who's Monza? Oh wait, Monza. I know who Monza is. If you're talking about the commentator, no, I'm not Monza. As Fat Cat decides to go. So a very early go and release from the safety car, restart. And it's a great restart he's caught. Left for Dead napping a little bit. Oxchillo's been caught off guard. A second is the gap already. No, it's all good. He's racing rapid at the moment. He is not commentating this league As we see ZK down the inside of the McLaren as Sammy then into turn 1. And ZK gets up into 7th place. Campbell Adams also making a move on Sammy to move up into 6th. But there we go. So Fat Cat leads. It is left for dead. The chase is on for the remaining 5 laps in this race. And left for dead 6.7 tenths. Is that cold? I think so. But we have a few laps to go in this race. It is a chase down for the race win here. It looks like at this point in time that the championship will be going down to the final race. It will indeed. Final race where Jono can keep it alive here as long as he just stays in the top 9 at this point in time. But if Lefty wins, he's got to be in that top 6, which he is in at the moment. So he's just got to stay where he is and keep things clean. As Rio has retired on track. What's happened there? Interesting. Which means Magic Shot's in the points. Absolute scenes. Magic Shot is in the points. You'll love to see it. As what has happened here, Campbell Adams fighting Potato. Potato fighting all he can. Sammy gets a penalty. Potato tries to squeeze into a little gap, but Campbell Adams shuts the door and moves into P5. Jono putting Oxchillo under some pressure. He wants to get that podium spot back. But it looks like at the moment, Fat Cat has managed this race very, very well. And we'll check how many wins he's had this season, because I think he's had 3 previously, or he might have only had 2. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. It's the uploads, of course. But yeah, last race of the season, championship battle in Tier 3. Tier 4 has been wrapped up by Donut Gorilla back in Singapore. Season 9, Tier 1. Let's look at results. Sort by wins. So this season, Left 4 Dead, Viper and Fat Cat are all tied on 3 wins. As Jono on the attack for P3. Oxchillo's not having any of it. He says, no, I want to keep this podium. But Jono also wants to have a go. Ox has left him some space, but Jono doesn't have the battery to defend. Ox doesn't, to attack. Ox doesn't have much battery to defend, but it's all going to be saved in this middle sector. But Oxchillo holds on now for this podium position. So Fat Cat is looking to make it 4 wins this season in Wallaby. Can it be done? Great day for the Saubers so far. As Ox is fighting for his life. Campbell Adams right behind Jono here. He's had a great run out of Ascara. He's going to burn the battery. Jono's burning as well, but Campbell's looking eager to get a move done, possibly round the outside if he can. It's going to be a switch to the inside as Jono's gone very deep there into Parabolica and has to settle for now 5th. So Campbell's gone through. He's going to get Oxchillo here as well. Ox tries to, no, he doesn't fight it. So there we go. Campbell Adams up to 3rd place. But big moment there that could have gone wrong for Jono if he went off the track a little bit further. Not much grip out there, but he holds on for now. We're on the penultimate lap. It's an RB23 double podium. What a potential, what amazing things this can do for their overalls challenge. And it looks like, though, they will cement their glory in the overalls. We will find out at the end of the week when all the tickets do get posted and Tier 1 results. And then the overalls will get posted. But once again, Left 4 Dead and his RB team have proven themselves to be too good. Haas have brought up the challenge, but it has not been enough. And I think Left 4 Dead, he's pushed very hard tonight, but it hasn't been enough for the win, but it has been enough for second place at the moment. As we go on to the last lap then, here at this Italian Grand Prix, Fat Cat will look to take the win, and Left 4 Dead will have to look towards that championship trophy, and he'll have to wait 1 week longer. As Jono does remain in the right window to keep this thing going to the final race in Australia next week. We will be here for it. Tier 1 Championship decider. But the points gained from Left 4 Dead tonight has been very, very strong. The gap will be... having a look. Because it's 17 at the moment. But you add on 28 for second place. And then you subtract 18. It's 27 points. Massive, massive margin. But for Fat Cat Batman tonight, it's been a masterclass drive in the wet from this Sauber driver who's won 3 races previously this season, and he's going to come across the line to make it 4. Fat Cat Batman wins the Italian Grand Prix. Left 4 Dead will finish in second. It's a double podium. Great comeback from Campbell Adams to take third. Oxchillo fourth. Jono fifth. It's a close battle to the line. Potato 6th, ZK 7th, and Dante will come home in 8th with Wingy Woo just holding off the Haas. Was Uffenhof, I believe, for 11th, but yeah, Wingy 9th, 10th for Hilly, Uff 11th, JDI 12th, 13th for Flubber, 14th for Sammy, and Magic Shot in about 50 seconds time will come home to take P15 and a point. Great day for the Saubers, great day for the RB, 2nd and 3rd, 1st and 4th. These two teams doing very, very good tonight. And I'm sure Wishing Teams will be proud, as evident in the chat. Let's go, Magic! Coming around the final corner to take home a single point in this race. But there we go. That is it. Fat Cat wins the championship decider. Will be in the final race at Melbourne Albert Park, where Left 4 Dead will look to try and chase down his 4th championship in a row. Or will Jono break his spirits and take it away from him? We'll find out in a week's time, but meanwhile we'll get these results. Look at that, look at all the game positions there. 7th on the grid for Fat Cat to take the win. Uffenhof got driver of the day, 18th to 11th. Campbell with the fastest lap gets that extra point. And Uffenhof P11 in Tier 1, great fight back. Magic Shot, 15th, Cooper the Bot. Respectable, great effort. Everyone should be proud of their efforts tonight. It's been a good race. I would try to do interviews. I just know that it's going to kill the game, kill the stream. So we'll try and get it for next week, because that will be the big week where we do want to do interviews. So we'll try and get it fixed for then. But other than that, thank you all so much for tuning in for Tier 1 this week here at Wallaby Racing League. We'll see you all Sunday night at 6:30 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time as we kick off the finale, round 16 of Wallaby Racing League Season 9 at the Australian Grand Prix. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you then. Goodbye.